Hey everybody, Matt here. This is going to be a little video. It's going to be a follow-up to the video I did about a week ago about the Second Amendment and what it really means. In that video, I briefly talked about how the militia being necessary for a free state is a separate part of the Second Amendment from the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, and how a lot of anti-gunners like to mix those two together, but that's incorrect. They are two separate issues covered under one amendment. Well, in doing so, I got a lot of comments about the militias, and most of those comments revolved around basically saying that, well, we the people are the militia, and so therefore, we as citizen defenders have the right to keep and bear arms to protect our country. So I wanted to make this video because that is incorrect. Okay, that is not true. We the people are not the militia. Okay, we have to look at this from the founders' point of view, from what was going on at that period in time, from the Revolutionary War up until the time that the Second Amendment was written. And when one of the big things when it comes to the militia and the people that was being happening at that time is the fact that there was no standing military outside of the militia. Now, after the Second Amendment, after the Constitution and the amendments and everything was written and everything moved on and we had progress, eventually we did get a standing military. But at that point in time, throughout the Revolutionary War and into the founding of this country, the militia was our standing military. By all, accounts, it was the equivalent of our modern military. It was the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. That is what the militia was at that particular time. It was not everyone. It was not we the people. We the people are not all a part of the militia. Okay? They were very, very different things. Okay? They were basically the equivalent of going and joining the Army. That is what being a part of the militia was back then. Okay? So now, why is that important? Why is it important to make that distinction? Why is it important to say that we the people are not all the militia? Well, the one very, very important reason is because the founders knew that the militia, as they saw it then, which has now basically evolved into the military, okay, that there might be a chance that if a tyrannical, corrupt government ever gets in place, it would be the militia that we needed to fight against. We, the people, would have to fight the militia, or by today's standards, the military. They knew that. That is why there is a comma in the Second Amendment. That is why it separates the militia from we, the people. That is why it talks about, yes, a militia is needed to secure a free state. Yes, we need a standing military to secure a free state from any foreign invaders that would seek to strip us of our rights and our sovereignty. But the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Why? Because if a corrupt government ever got into place, we would need to fight against the very militia that it had put there to protect us. Okay? Yes, the militia or the military does draw its troops from the people, but that does not mean all people are a part of the militia or are a part of the military. It is a very, very important distinction that we need to understand, because if we don't, we can start arguing a point on the Second Amendment to somebody who's anti-gun and completely throw off what we're trying to do. Okay? Just like with the Second Amendment, it's not about hunting, it's not about self-defense. Those are really, really good byproducts that I firmly stand behind. Those byproducts of the Second Amendment. But that is not the reason for the Second Amendment. Until we start having a serious conversation about the Second Amendment and start understanding it and realizing the truth in it and what it's there for, why it's there to protect this natural-born right we have, then we're never going to win an argument. Then we're never going to make a difference in this country. There will always be those people out there who are going to try and seek to strip us of those rights, including the people in power right now. Okay? When we talk to somebody who's anti-gun and we say, we are the militia, okay, so therefore we have a right to bear arms, they look at it and go, well, let's see. The military is the modern equivalent of the militia. They know that. And they go, well, then the military are the only ones that need to keep and bear arms because they're there to protect us. So if we do not make that distinction, that the militia is not we the people, the militia is essentially the military, okay? We the people may need to defend ourselves against that military, then we're never going to be going in the right direction in this country when it comes to protecting our Second Amendment rights. Okay, so anyway, that's it, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. I know there's some people that are going to disagree with me, but really, really think about it. Really, really study into the Second Amendment, because it does make the distinction between we the people and the militia. So, again, appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you later, guys. Questions, comments, video responses, send them my way.